and it's not like the best done like extended stuff. Like it's like the stuff that like was there before. You're missing the part that they added because like they weren't carrying Bomber in those scenes before, and Bomber's just kind of not in those parts. So, but like you're just kind of like, well, where did Bomber go? Did they just kind of set him down? Like, what's up here? And later, because there's a part where Gandalf runs into Thorin's father.
Yeah,
at Dal Guldur. And that's a really, really cool scene. Like, it's a really cool scene because also part of the extended edition in that beginning part when they tell you more about Thrain in that beginning conversation between Gandalf and Thorin. This was before I woke you up to tell you about the Beorn stuff.
Yeah.
But kind of added more of that delicious cocktail of Hobbit and Lord of the Rings that I loved about what Desolation of Smaug was. Because Desolation of Smaug is a delicious cocktail of Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and I love it so much.
I know a lot of people were mad that they tried to make the Hobbits like Lord of the Rings, but at the same time, they had to.
Yeah.
Because the Lord of the Rings were so successful, they needed to tie this movie into the Lord of the Rings to basically make marathons like we did.
Yeah.
To where everything is connected. And also, like, the Avengers happened. So if it wasn't tied in, there was literally no excuse why it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Avengers can tie in every movie of they're doing, you can tie in movies that go hand in hand and are the same story.
Yeah.
You can do that. You should do that.
And they did that.
and he did it.
And they did it well. It was very good.
I don't think there was really anything extended in the Elven King's Hall.
No, not really.
I think that was all in the movie.
Yeah, well, that scene doesn't need to be extended.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't sure if there would be like anything added to it, but that was basically the same. All great. The barrel run is always fantastic.
Always fun.
I know people hate it. I love it. I don't care. The bomber bowling is still one of my favorite scenes in this whole entire movie. Because in the book, it's just a very slow and quiet. They're hiding in these barrels as these two elves cart them down a river, and Bilbo is wearing the ring the entire time, and it's like 2 weeks going down this river.
Yeah.
So this made it like make more sense as well.
Yeah. Because
the dwarves just escaped from prison. Somebody's gonna know something in that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially because these are elves.
Yeah.
Something is amiss. They're going to go and find it. Not, hey, where do our dwarven prisoners go? We're isolation enough to where we have like 14 cells exactly. Why? Where did all of our prisoners go? Like 3 weeks later. No, like they were active in it, and the orcs are still hunting them down, and thus the roller coaster begins.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody, I want a Hobbit barrel ride. I want it so badly.
That'd be so good.
Let us have foam weapons to throw at things while we are going as well.
Chop the lock!
Please. Please make it like a 3D animated barrel ride that we're going through.
Yeah.
And you have like weapons that you swing around and you chop at orcs and you get points, like the
Toy Story ride at Disney World.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Or the Men in Black in Universal Studios. Later like that, but like better.
Yeah.
And 48 frames per second. So people will vomit.
48 frames.
But that's always a great scene. There was more Lake Town, which I liked.
There was a lot more Lake Town.
By the way, the music of these movies are fantastic.
Oh, my sweet Lord, baby Jesus, yes.
Like, Howard Shore in The Lord of the Rings is amazing.
He's one of the guys.
Yeah. There's honestly a hierarchy of 3 for movie making music for me. Number 3, it's Howard Shore. Number 2 is Hans Zimmer, and then number 1 is the big bad John Williams.
Yeah, Danny Elfman's somewhere in there for me.
What has he done recently? Has he done much recently? I would say he is, but
recently a little bit. But like he's done like all the Tim Burton movies.
Oh yeah,
and like that's good enough for me.
Yeah, he's up there. He did my hierarchy is such.
He did some for Wanted.
Okay.
But he does not do as much anymore, because Tim Burton decided he didn't want him to do everything anymore.
Tim Burton's like, I'm tired of you. Go away, Elfman.
He got tired of Johnny Depp recently.
Love me,
too.
Senpai. Well, I think everyone was. Johnny Depp needs to reinvent himself quick.
Well, Johnny Depp did Black Mass, and that was the best thing he's done in a long time. Back to The Hobbit, though.
Yeah. So, like, Howard Shore's music, it puts you in a state of mind and puts you in this world like not a lot of people can do in the music industry.
Yeah.
Like, even John Williams, John Williams is not necessarily like a music world builder. Yeah. What John Williams does is sets a tone and makes you feel something.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter like what these movies could be. He simply asks like the director, what kind of tone do you want here? Let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
So like with Jurassic Park, he gets that wonder and amazement in it. And you feel that.
With Jaws, he gets the tension with 2 simple notes.
Yeah.
Because
with
like
a half step, he gets you.
It's crazy because like he came in to Spielberg and he's like, all right, I got your theme. And he goes, Bo-do. Spielberg's like, that's it? Yeah. That's it. Just build on that.
And like with Star Wars, everything in that is to get you hyped for an action-packed adventure.
Yeah.
And you feel it. And like whenever they're talking about the Force in Star Wars, there's that mystery and enchant with it. Mm-hmm. When there is the dogfighting, it gets tense and shit gets real.
Yeah.
So like John Williams puts you in like the mood and makes you feel. Howard Shore puts you in a world.
Yeah.
Because like you listen to The Hobbit, well, you listen to Lord of the Rings, when you're in the Shire and the Shire music hits, it's like the music just belongs there. Like it's not part of a movie. Like it's just, this is what happens when you walk through that cut-in hill, and you see all of Hobbiton, and like whenever you are going through the orc holes with the bum 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 bum. Like, you feel that war is coming, and these things are meant for only war.
Yeah.
And you're put into that world. When you're in Rohan, you know that this place is falling apart, but there is still hope in it. And basically everything that he does, it puts you in that world. Like, it's not music, it's just simply the feeling that you get while in this place. And I love that about Howard Shore.
Yeah.
Back to the movies.
Yeah.
Now that I've gone on my musical rant. Where were we?
We were at Lake Town.
Lake Town, yes. Bwomp, 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 bwomp.
Yeah.
So, like, and I'm not sure if it's actually in the original movie, but I'm guessing it is. There are just so many little details put into Lake Town that show that this place is a nasty, awful place to be in.
Yeah.
Because in the book, it doesn't sound like that. It just sounds like the Master is an awful human being, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
But in this, he's an awful human being, and this place is going to shit.
Yeah.
To the fact that the Master's, like, head minion has, like, this vomit spot on his shoulder, and I couldn't stop looking at it. I'd never noticed it before. I'm like, you got a little something on your... Did you just, like, turn and cough and barf a bit on you?
Yup.
It really is a very, very different world from the other human places that we see in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
And I'm never sure how to feel about it, because I'm like, hey, it's Lake Town, yay! But then I'm also like, yeah, it's Lake Town. Ew. Ew. There's garbage. It's like trash. These people shit into their drinking water because they're in the middle of a lake.
Yeah. Are the dwarves coming out of a toilet? Will they bring us luck?
Da!
There's another D in that word.
Davey gets so pissed at that.
Yeah, because, like, Bard's children always refer to him as Da! There's another D.
There was another D, and we occasionally hear it.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah, because, like,
there's
it's
the
like
occasional Dad.
Yeah. And then they're like...
And then they're just Da.
Like,
Da, Da.
It's just like, it's like, Da! 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 Da!
And, like, it's nothing against them, I think, but it's mostly against them. Da, da. For those of you who actually saw Shrek 3, Shrek the 3rd, da, da. But there was like a couple of extra scenes with the Master that like hated you, that made you hate him so much more.
Those scenes hated you.
Yes, those scenes hated me because I hate to hate him.
Love to hate him.
No, I hate to hate him.
I love to hate him.
And like I think we get a couple other scenes with Bard.
Yeah.
Bard in the city.
Yeah, it just kind of builds
Bard,
Lake Town.
Bard, man in the city.
Yeah. Bard, Bowman in the city. It's just kind of builds Lake Town more in a way that's really nice.
Yeah, like these are people who are actually suffering and need the like hope that the dwarves are going to bring them.
Yeah.
Like out of poverty and hope for the future and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like you feel for them, like, oh yes, let us go help the poor children. Let us stand in the fire to protect the child.